I guess when we talk about going into a draft and having a quarterback that's risen to superstar caliber,
Yep.
how easy, difficult does that make this draft with what Buffalo can do?
Well, a draft is never easy. If you talk to a GM, they're never going to say a draft is easy. Brandon Beane's not going to say, hey, we're in great shape, we got nothing to do. But when you have that foundation for your team and a quarterback like Josh, who I've said going back well over a year is the most physically gifted quarterback in the league, it obviously gives you a pretty good feeling about where you're going as an organization and what you can do. Because essentially, look, every team has holes or positions where they want to improve. So you're obviously trying to do that.
Right.
But when you know that you have a quarterback like that and an offense like that, and my guess is the offense won't change dramatically with Ken Dorsey now. He was there under Brian Dable.
Right.
So they won't change the concepts. Josh will not be learning a new offense.
Right.
So it'll just be a continuation. Yeah, Ken might throw in a few of the things he likes, or maybe he'll ask Josh, hey, what do you like? You know, there'll be a few tweaks. There always are.
Yeah.
But it won't dramatically change. I think, in all honesty, I think a very big key, and maybe fans are not aware of this, but I think that the hiring of Aaron Kroner as the offensive line coach, incredibly highly respected in the league, has been around a really long time. I think that's going to be a really big plus because I think they saw, as good as Josh is, as the season progressed down the stretch, that you have to have some ability to run the ball effectively. It doesn't mean your run game's the foundation of your offense, but you have to have some ability to run the ball.
Yeah.
And I think he'll actually do a better job, just my personal opinion, based on tape study and talking to people. I think he'll do a better job in terms of protections and helping with versus blitz. Because I thought watching the tape, I thought there were a few too many free rushers at Josh Allen. And again, I'm not in the meetings, so I can't say why that is, who's at fault. But obviously you can't have free rushers at your quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I think Josh is truly special. I've been doing this a long time, and I truly can't recall a quarterback that so dramatically improved his ball location and ball placement as quickly as he did and as meaningful as he did. I mean, I really liked him coming out of Wyoming, but I knew what his issues were, and he was a scatter shot thrower. And he's no longer a scatter shot thrower. He'll miss a few, every quarterback does,
Sure.
But he's not, you don't watch Josh and go, oh my God, where's he throwing that one? I mean, he's gotten so much better. He's in many ways become an efficient player in addition to being a big play explosive player.
Absolutely. And I think there's been a lot of talk, too, about the Bills adding to the offense this draft.
Right.
Whether, they haven't, Josh has been the only first-round pick on offense that Brandon Beane has spent in Buffalo. The skill position players adding to Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and
Right.
improving the running game. I mean, where can this offense go? Again, new offensive coordinator, new offensive line coach. Could the ceiling get even higher?
Yeah, and I think much of what they do offensively could depend on their evaluation of Gabriel Davis, who clearly came on toward the end of the season. It seemed as if Josh and Gabriel Davis had a good chemistry. If they truly see him as a potential big-time number two, because Diggs is your number one, and obviously the game Davis had against Kansas City will resonate, but he's a big kid who can run. He can work over the middle of the field. My guess is, as efficient as Cole Beasley is, they would probably be looking to add to the receiver room. I don't know if that's a first-round pick or a second-round pick. There's always receivers in drafts, and you could talk to 10 different GMs and coaches, and they'll give you 10 different lists of their, on their board. So, I couldn't tell you who they like or who they don't like. But, I think they will try to add to the receiver room. I think I don't know how much with Ken Dorsey, how much two tight end looks they'll want to play. This is not a great tight end draft in terms of that guy who you're going to draft in the first or second round, but there's going to be a lot of guys that are third, fourth, fifth round picks that are going to play in this league and be nice second tight ends. If Ken Dorsey decides, the staff decides they want to play more out of 12 personnel with two tight ends, they could certainly look to draft a tight end.
Yeah. We've talked about tight ends and wide receivers. We talked about the running game needing to improve.
Right.
What was missing when you looked at the film of whether it was Zach Moss or Devin Singletary? I know he came on at the end of the season, but there is some thought that the Bills could be adding, maybe in the draft, a running back to help the running game and Josh Allen with just another skill position player.
The decision they'll have to make, and this is where Aaron Kroner comes in, was the running game problematic because of the backs or because of the scheme? And I can't answer that right now. I'm just being honest. So depending on what their answer is, with a veteran O-line coach like Aaron Kroner there, who's been doing this a long time and been very successful, that will dictate whether they feel they need another running back or whether they think that it can be fixed with scheme. Because look, at the end of the day, they're never going to be a run-first team. Okay, but you have to be able to run the ball. I mean, look, we know that their margin of victory was the largest in the league, but they lost a lot of close games. You have to be able to run. You know, it's not always about volume in the run game, but you have to have production.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did that more toward the end of the season, clearly, and Singletary did well. You know, so will they think, hey, we can build on that, or will they feel like, hey, you know, there's some backs in this draft we really like, and we're going to go get one? You know, that's an unknown right now.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem at all.